Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm wondering if you've been in a conversation when you just can't believe that someone hasn't seen a movie favourite of yours. You haven't seen Star Wars? What about Sound of Music? Have you seen that? One movie you may have never seen before is Shawshank Redemption. It was actually a box office failure when it was first released, and then on home video it gained momentum and became now one of the most respected movies ever made. In this movie, it focuses on two men, and even though one was guilty and one was innocent, the prison walls that held them captive had a shared experience. They were in a situation that seemed helpless, hopeless, and irredeemable. And yet, what's the movie's tagline? Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. For these two men, the only way to survive was to hang on to hope. Hope is commonly used to mean a wish. I hope. In our culture, hope finds its strength in the power of a person's desire, but for Christ followers, hope is the confident expectation of what God has promised, and its strength is in God's faithfulness. Right through the scriptures, people found themselves in situations like the men in Shawshank Redemption. Situations that were hopeless, helpless, and irredeemable. And yet there is a river of hope running through the Bible. In the Psalms we read, "So be strong and courageous, all you who put your hope in the Lord. Let your unfailing love surround us, Lord, for our hope is in you alone." And then from Corinthians, 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. The story I want to focus from Scripture today is the story of Lazarus. A tomb was his prison. Death was holding him captive. It seemed to be the ultimate expression of a situation that was hopeless, helpless, and irredeemable. Let's read parts of the story from the 11th chapter of the Gospel of John. Lazarus was sick. So his 2 sisters, Martha and Mary, sent a message to Jesus telling him, "Lord, your dear friend is very sick." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but now I will go and wake him up." Jesus meant Lazarus had died. When Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was told that Lazarus had already been in the grave for 4 days. Many of the people had come to console Martha and Mary in their loss. And Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had only been here, my brother would not have died. But even now, I know that God will give you whatever you ask." Jesus told her, "Your brother will rise again. I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying." When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell at his feet and said, "Lord, if you had only been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping and saw the other people wailing with her, a deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. "Where have you put him?" he asked them. They told him, "Lord, come and see." Then Jesus wept. The people who were standing nearby said, "See how much he loved him." Jesus was still angry as he arrived at the tomb. "Roll the stone aside," Jesus told them. But Martha protested, "Lord, he has been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible." And Jesus responded, "Didn't I tell you that you would see God's glory if you believe?" So they rolled the stone aside. Jesus looked up and said, "Lazarus, come out." The dead man came out, his hands and feet bound in grave clothes, his face wrapped in a headcloth. Jesus told them, "Unwrap him and let him go." Friends, Lazarus wasn't sick, he was dead. That to me would be the end of the very sad story. It is completely understandable for his 2 sisters to feel their situation was hopeless, helpless, irredeemable. And yet, did you notice the glimmer of hope from the lips of Martha. But even now, I know that God will give you whatever you ask. But even now. Remember what I said at the beginning? For Christ followers, hope is the confident expectation of what God has promised, and its strength is in God's faithfulness. Jesus saw Mary weeping. He saw the other people wailing. He was deeply angry with the situation, and he wept. And then Jesus completely reversed the situation by turning death into life. Friends, we serve a hope-giving God, a God that loves us, who is right here, fully present. In whatever circumstances we might find ourselves in, even in the face of death, Jesus revealed hope. He had the power to change a hopeless situation into life and joy. We want our army to be Jesus-centered because Jesus is the hope of the world. We want our army to be Spirit-led because the Spirit is fully present in all our circumstances. We want our movement to be an army of hope-revealing people of God because our hope finds its strength in God's faithfulness. May you know hope in your life, and may you be the agent of hope for the people you serve. God bless you.